Yo, what's up? Green, red, unregulated. No, quality can only be gotten on the quality maps. And I can't look at the world map or I'll crash. So I don't even know if they have event tiles today. Yeah, I think it's just an hour. We went on on day one. On the very first day, they spawned one like every 2 hours. I think it was up an hour. It was day one, so I'm sure like they probably were going to adjust it. It's currently free, I think. But again, this is like early alpha. Like some missions weren't being complete. Like, you know, a lot of oopsies. I'm gonna spawn to a different trade station. And I can unpack my walker there, which is a neat feature. There's a couple trade stations on this map. And you can pack your walker at one, suicide to another trade station, and unpack your walker, which is pretty cool. We need to do that. So much stuff. Modules are interesting. So if you just saw those red things at that trader, those red flags or whatever, modules are crafted in fabricators with a combination of red ingredients. Well, that's not good. There's a bunch of those people there. I'm the only one on for my clan. And that could have been bad going over the edge right there. Harvester modules, lumberjack modules don't work the same as they used to. We think they have a requirement of 10 minimum to work. And we were told that hitting a tree is the equivalent of a base hatchet. So we think that they are not as good as they have been in the past. But we haven't gotten 10 modules, so it's impossible to say. From what I understand, this morning at 7:45 a.m., the dev said I was given a couple hundred more keys. About half are gone now that I've gone through most of the backlog. So, if you want to get an alpha key, you don't have to own the game. Just go on Last Oasis Discord and message Misper. God, that's a lot of repoo. Fog is like, sometimes I can't see. Crazy. Yikes. I just heard a walker. Oh well. I couldn't tell where he's coming from because I have my speakers on. There are not frogs right now, but that doesn't mean they're not going to be. I'm pretty sure they're just testing the basics right now. The whole alpha thing, you know, that's a very important title because it could just be testing melee combat, like base rating, super easy. Just doesn't take a lot of effort to break into things. fog is insane. I don't know if I can fit through there. I probably can't. My walker's so freaking heavy right now. Basically, I need to build a toboggan just to like house my stuff. That base is blocking like the only path out. I almost can't fit through there either. That sucks. There's a lot of little things like that that drive me nuts. Like, we know that that's just like, this whole area is blocked off, and you know it's a game, so we all want to go everywhere. But if I were to drive down there, I would be totally trapped. I'd have to get this base to despawn, which is difficult at best. There's no way up with that base in the way. And I want to go down there because that's the bigger lake. And if I do go down there, I'll be trapped. The mollusk sucks at going over rocks because of this lower thing. And I'm heavy. I'm not max weight. But man, that skid plate, the weight, the counterbalance is like touching the freaking ground here. I'm gonna try and get... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that dinghy just went by. Should I go try and kill him? Maybe I shouldn't pick fights I probably can't win. nothing I can do. My wings are expensive, no! I can't believe I left the back door open. That sucks. Well, rip, there's everything in the mollusk. How the fuck did they open that upper door? Did I leave it open?
No worries, mate. Let me just...
It's funny, they're joking about being toxic. And the cool thing about Last Oasis so far is it really hasn't been Walker zeroing. The fights have been pretty chill. I think this is the first time I've seen an actual PvP Walker. But what I will say is this. The future of Last Oasis may depend on their ability to make PvP and raiding and getting ganked less painful. I'm pretty sure that they're heading in a good direction for that. but we will see, you know? Like, that was... So they did an interesting poll in Star Citizen. Like, I love PvP in Star Citizen. It seems like the PvPer is a huge community. Like, you look at Avengers Squad and the Pirate Squads and, like, the GrieferNet guys, packs, and all these different orgs that literally are thousands of players. And you think the PvP is huge in Star Citizen. Well, when they went and took a poll of, like, hundreds of thousands of players, literally 5% of the player base was PvP. That was pretty interesting, because, like, even in games in Rust, there are people who want to play, like, base or building or logistics or whatever. So, at the end of the day, I'm not sure if that means anything in a game like Last Oasis. I mean, I think it does, because Rust is an example. People play Rust not to PvP, as crazy as that sounds. So, I think that what we have started to see in this Season 6 Alpha is kind of a balance where bases can be rated really easy, but walkers are difficult. And like those guys are wasting a ton of mats raiding basically farming materials from last night. We have a bank, our good stuff's on the bank. Like, yeah, you're going to get 8s around. But look, this is the first time we see like actual like walker griefing. And the question is, if it's easy for them to do and they continue to do it and everyone does it, will the game fail because of that? Because there's a huge group of people that want to like build and farm and yada yada yada. And these guys are literally like, look, this guy's a dinghy. Let's see who it is. Casino number 1. Oh no! I don't have a tooltip, which is really weird. It's weird. It's weird. I wonder if that's Uganda. It probably is. But like at the end of the day, if balance can't be achieved in the game, if they can't make that work, then that could be a cause for failure. And we see it with a lot of games. Hey Jimmy, I'm just gonna ban you, bro. I'm not actually upset. I'm having an intelligent conversation about whether Last Oasis will survive or not. And if you come in a closed alpha test trying to troll and get a reaction out of someone that's helping bring players back, then you can eat a dick. Because the reality is, this is probably the last chance for this game. And what I'm talking about is balance for people to enjoy playing Last Oasis, for it to be successful. Can that happen? Did they zero my walker? They zeroed the walker. So case in point, this is exactly what I was just talking about. These guys came and did it. They're on my stream, which you're never going to be able to stop that in full release. But they did it to be dicks. And if you allow that type of gameplay and it makes people stop playing Last Oasis, then congratulations, Last Oasis isn't going to survive. I guarantee you that's probably fucking Uganda. I don't even have a tooltip to see who they are. So the game's in a state where like it's not even fully functioning, and these guys think the funnest thing to do is to come around and just try and zero everyone. That needs to not be a gameplay loop. Like, if this one group can come around and just zero everyone, then Last Oasis is not going to survive. Well, here's the thing. Again, anyone that acts that way on purpose should be moderated because they're not healthy for your game, right? Anyone that's going to come in and be super toxic VoIP and is going to target harass people should be removed for the sake of the survival of the game. But the reality is the game should be built in a way where that's balanced. Like, that was kind of an expensive walker for me, and they just came and zeroed it for no reason. I was literally praising the devs for kind of like making it really hard to zero walkers, and we hadn't seen anyone zero walkers, and there we have it. That's the first one. Toxic players come around and they try to grief people because that's their jollies. That's why they play this game. The problem with that is I'm not going to build another one, and a 0-day player probably isn't going to come back. So if you want the game to fail, that can't be the mechanics. It's too much. It's too much work to go and do all that, and to have some jackass come around and for lulz do that. Like, you can't have a successful game. There's people that quit, they got offline rated, they lost everything and they quit. Like, big clans quit because of offline rating, because it was too much to lose. So you got to dial that back a little bit. You can still have victory and loss. You can still have malding and crying, and you can still brag, but that's in the game design, right? Because why the fuck does anyone want to play a game where like 10 guys can come and just erase everything you've done? Like, I had a pack in there, I had a bunch of shit, it's all gone. And I don't even think they get the pack. I think it's gone. I don't know, we'll go back and look, maybe. I mean, quite frankly, I'm not going to go back because it's across the map and my fucking map's broken. So, you know, what do you do in a situation like that? As a dev, you need to balance the game better. A lot of people are super excited about this game. People playing all over the place. But if that one group drives around and kills everybody that's starting to play, then all those people are going to be like, Last Oasis is the same. And people have this misconception about why the game failed. They think the game failed because of all the changes the devs made, or the things that made PvP more difficult, or this map, or that walker, or whatever. At its fundamental core, the loss is too great for players when they lose and they quit. Even oh god, who got raided yesterday? Disabled fucking quit. Disabled quit yesterday because they got offline. If big clans come in and run around dominating everyone, and then they quit because the loss is too high, then Last Oasis Season 6 will fail. And my last video saying Last Oasis Season 6 would fail was based on the childish rantings of the player base, right? Like, we've given them the sandbox where you can really grief people, and there's some players that would love to just go and do that. Their goal is to destroy. And honestly, the game shouldn't be built to be that punishing. Because what am I going to do? I was going to hit level 30 here in maybe an hour or two and continue to play Last Oasis and see what I unlocked. And now I'm not. I'm going to go play a different game. And that's the reality of, like, I played Last Oasis for 13 hours yesterday going, oh, maybe the game's going to be different this year. Maybe it's going to be cool. I can't wait to see what new things they have to offer. But I'm absolutely not going to do that if one group can go around and just destroy a couple different days of work. And everyone being a jerk, You guys are the reason Last Oasis will fail. It's as simple as that. I just push that button and you're gone. And you no longer get to talk to me anymore. Everyone that's just being a bitch gets blocked. It's as simple as that. My day goes on, not in Last Oasis. But what I say about Last Oasis is what people will read when they YouTube or search, is Last Oasis Season 6 good? Like, that's the reality of what's going to happen. You can be a bully all you want, but I'm talking about the fact that the game design shouldn't allow that type of setback. It just shouldn't. And I guess I will just title this video, Has Season 6 Changed? I don't think it has. Because this is where we're at, you know?